This is All India Radio. Whispers of the Wind. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar presents science serial Whispers of the Wind, based on understanding and managing climate change and global warming. Let's listen to episode number 4, titled Let Us Learn from the Past.
Oh God, what a rain!
Yes.
One drop is one pot full of water. Krishnan, it seems that our housing colony will be flooded today night, I tell you.
No.
Look outside the window. The cold wind is blowing too.
Lakshmi, listen. Listen, do one thing.
Yeah.
You just go inside.
But
We have been staying here for the last 30 years. Till now, our colony has never been inundated. Huh? Hope this time also we will be spared.
But let us call our security man to help us transfer the TV, fridge and other things upstairs. Look, our road is already submerged in
Please
water.
don't panic, Lakshmi. Just wait. Do one thing. Put on the TV. Let's hear the latest news.
Okay. So, here it goes.
Kerala floods. Life comes to a standstill. Yes, life has come to a standstill in Kerala with flood and landslides leading to unforeseen miseries and chaos. All major rivers are overflowing. Many dams, including the big Idukki Dam, has been opened. The series of landslides and similar accidents caused many deaths in 2 days. Over 1.67 lakh people have been evacuated from their houses and put in 1,165 relief camps functioning in the state. This is the worst natural disaster the state of Kerala has ever seen.
Look, I told you.
Lakshmi, please don't panic. Look. There is the security man. Hello.
Sir!
Please help us. See. He's coming. He can help us to transfer all this electric and electronic equipment upstairs.
Yeah.
Now, put the TV off.
Okay.
Dear residents,
But listen,
For the last
there's
2
a
days, we are
loudspeaker
witnessing
announcement
torrential
coming.
Yes.
It seems it is coming from that government vehicle. It is coming towards us.
Yes.
Let's go and listen to the announcement.
Come.
Krishnan,
every chance that this housing colony will be submerged at any time from now. So, all of you have to vacate your houses at the earliest. We have arranged transport facility to take all of you to a safe place. Please, cooperate with us for your safety.
My God.
Krishnan, I think it is better to leave this place now. We can't stay here anymore.
You're right. Thomas!
Krishnan sir! Sir! I can hear you! Sir, Mary and I have decided to leave. I am asking all the residents to do so too.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And volunteers from National Service Scheme of the local college are here to help us.
Oh, thank God.
Lakshmi Amma,
Yes.
I think we must start now. These smart young men will help us to cross the water.
Yes, we should start immediately, I think.
Yes. Ah,
Yes.
Respected residents, my name is Rajan. I'm the leader of the National Service Scheme volunteers. We will take you to the main road where water has not entered yet.
Thank God.
2 state transport buses are waiting for you there. These buses will take you to Sri Vivekananda Higher Secondary School, where a relief camp has started 2 days back.
come on, everyone. Come.
Yes, please.
Let's go. Come on, everyone. Listen.
I'm extremely hungry. What are they serving?
Mary, calm down. They are serving idli, chutney and tea and there is enough for everyone.
That sounds great.
Please listen! Listen!
Listen to him.
Silence, please silence! I'm Iqbal, the village officer. I'm in charge of the relief camp. There are 310 people here. The school principal, MLA, division councillor, many government officials and members of many social organizations. NSS volunteers are here all to help us.
And
so
after
don't
your
worry.
breakfast, you will be escorted by the volunteers to your living hall. We have separate halls for ladies and gents. Each of you will be provided with bed materials. Those who want to have dresses, please tell the volunteers. They will give you. Is it okay, everybody? Okay?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And one very important information. We have organized several educational, entertainment and cultural activities in the evening in different classrooms. You can all participate in any one of them.
Dr. Babu, a climate scientist, will be visiting the camp in the evening. He will interact with you. Those who are interested can attend. Okay?
Good information.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me. All the people from children to elders are attending or participating in various cultural programs now in progress in different rooms here. But here we have arranged, what shall I say, an educational program as well. Dr. Babu, who is a well-known climatologist, will discuss with you some basic facts of climate change. On behalf of this august audience, here I am welcoming Dr. Babu.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Rajan. Let us start with basics. What is climate change? Our world is continuously changing. You see change in weather. Seasons are also changing. Climate also changes. Now I see a lady standing up and ask me a question. Sister, you're welcome to ask question.
Sir, I'm Mary, a primary school teacher, and I am a victim of this flood. And I want to ask, what exactly is the difference between weather and climate?
Dr. Sir, may I answer this question?
Why not, Rajan?
See, Mary, the essential difference between the two lies in the measure of time. Weather implies atmospheric condition over a short period of time, while climate is the behavior of atmosphere relatively over a larger period.
Very good, Rajan. Larger periods usually mean more than 30 years. The climate of a region also can be defined as its average weather pattern.
Sir, my name is Thomas. Can you explain it a little bit further?
Yes, sure, Thomas. See, generally, weather is associated with temperature, humidity, precipitation, cloudiness, brightness, visibility, wind and high, and low atmosphere pressure. See, for example, today it's very cloudy outside.
Correct. Weather includes sunshine, rain, cloud cover, winds, hail, snow thunderstorms, heat waves, and so on.
But what about climate?
I am Sri Lata and I am doing MSc in Environmental Science. Sir, may I answer this question?
Sure, Srilata.
Okay, sir. Climate is associated with averages of precipitation, temperature, humidity, sunshine, wind velocity, and other measures of weather that occur over a long period in a particular place.
Very nice. Even though this is a small audience, there are few young people who are aware of the subject which we are discussing. I'm glad. As the earth is getting warmer, its climate is changing too, and not necessarily for the better.
Wait, I don't understand. What are you trying to say? What has caused this climate change?
The answer are threefold. Solar emissions or slow changes in the Earth's volcanic activity caused due to natural internal process of the Earth system and human activity since the advent of Industrial Revolution.
Yes, Dr. Babu, you're absolutely right. All this has changed the composition of the atmosphere due to air, water, and land pollution, resulting in the changes of the Earth's climate. Is it not, sir?
You are absolutely correct, Rajan. Remember one thing, we have no control over the first two reasons that have led to climate change. However, by limiting human activities that can emit greenhouse gases, and we can make a difference.
Oh, but sir, may we please know what is meant by greenhouse gases?
Thomas, the temperature of the earth is determined by the balance between the input from energy from the sun and the reflection of some of these energies back into space. Certain atmospheric gases are critical to this temperature balance and are known as greenhouse gases.
Yes, I have read about greenhouse effect. Can you please elaborate it a little further?
Mary, I'm sure that one of us science student could do that. Srilata,
Yes, sir.
will you do that?
Sure, sir.
Thank you.
As the rays of sun reach the earth, they gradually heat up the planet's surface. When the ground becomes warm, it begins to emit heat. So gases in the atmosphere, namely water vapor, carbon dioxide, ozone, methane, and nitrous oxide, collectively are known as greenhouse gases or GHGs for short. Trap this heat like a blanket, eventually releasing it to the atmosphere.
Right, Srilata. This natural process of keeping the earth warm is known as greenhouse effect.
But Dr. Babu, who came up with such a term?
The term owes its origin to the Swedish Nobel laureate Svante Arrhenius, who in the 1890s suggested that changes in carbon dioxide concentration could explain temperature variations on the earth.
Yes, Dr. Babu. A greenhouse, also called glass house, is a structure with walls and roof made mainly of transparent materials such as glass, in which plants requiring regulated climatic conditions are grown. Our Earth is similar to a glass house.
Yes, Rajan. Greenhouse effects is one of the major factors that determine the temperature on Earth. Without the greenhouse effect, the average temperature on Earth would be a freezing minus 18 degrees Celsius on an average, making it impossible for life to thrive.
But when did the issue of climate change come into prominence?
Mary, historical evidence suggests that as far back as the 3rd century BC, the Greeks were having some idea about it. Theophrastus, a student of Aristotle, concluded that cutting down trees could bring about changes in the weather. The idea of deforestation and its link with climate change resurfaced in the 17th century, when it was claimed that felling of forests definitely led to rise in temperature in Europe and North America.
Sir, you said greenhouse effect is essential for keeping the earth moderately warm, making it possible for life to thrive. So is it good or not?
The problem, of course, is that too much of anything is bad. An abnormal increase of these gases can have serious repercussions. When more carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases are added, this blanket effectively gets thicker and traps more heat, warming up the earth much like a greenhouse.
So, what is the difference between greenhouse effect and global warming?
Lakshmi ji, though related and often confused with each other, global warming and greenhouse effects are not the same thing. Global warming refers to a change in the Earth's climate that is causing it to heat up. And the greenhouse effect, on the other hand, is a natural process that happens constantly due to sunlight and the atmosphere. Too much greenhouse effect may lead to a global warming.
Oh, now I understand.
So, when did we discover that mankind plays an important role in climate change?
Good question, Krishnan. Rajan, I want you to explain this.
See, Krishnanji, it is a long story. At the far end of the 19th century, Jean Rizet, a French scientist, found that the amount of carbon dioxide in Paris was higher than that in nearby villages. He used lime water to detect the presence of carbon dioxide. He attributed this to factories, vehicles, and homes which emit carbon dioxide on a large scale.
Sir, was the amount of carbon dioxide quantitatively determined?
There might have been variations in different parts of the world, but the average carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere at that time was 300 ppm. ppm is parts per million. It was 280 ppm in 1780. One of the ways in which we are known that atmospheric carbon dioxide is important in controlling global climate is through the study of our past climate. By extracting the bubbles of air trapped in the ancient ice, the scientists can measure the percentage of greenhouse gases that were present in the past atmosphere.
Yes, Dr. Babu. I think there is a clear proof that levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide have been rising ever since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution.
Yes, Rajan. No doubt about it. The first measurement of carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere started in 1958 at an altitude of about 4,000 meters on the summit of Mauna Loa Mountains in Hawaii.
But sir, why did they select that place?
Srilata, because it is remote from local sources of pollution. Charles Keeling, an American scientist, produced the next important step forward, producing evidence in favor of global warming. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, Keeling used the most modern technology available to measure the concentration of atmospheric carbon dioxide in Antarctica and Mauna Loa. As a result, Keeling carbon dioxide curves have continued to climb ominously each year since the first measurement in 1958 and have become one of the major icons of global warming.
Dr. Babu, how did global warming get the attention of media?
Krishnan, it was mostly during the Cold War period that much of the fundamental work on the global warming was completed. Gilbert Plus, another American scientist, published an article in 1959 in the famous American science journal Scientific American, declaring that world's temperature would rise by 3 degrees Celsius by the end of the 20th century.
So true, Dr. Saab. And you know what? I had read an article titled "Man Upsets the Balance of Natural Processes by Adding Billions of Tons of Carbon Dioxide to the Atmosphere each year."
Yes, Rajan. Since then, thousands of magazine articles, television news items, and documentaries, media debates all appeared.
But why was there a delay between the science of global warming accepted and the sudden realization of the true threat of global warming?
Mary, the key reason for the delay in recognizing the global warming threat were, first, the power of global mean temperature data set, and second, the need for emergence of global environmental awareness.
Dr. Babu, general awareness about the need for protection of our environment developed immediately after the Earth Summit. Isn't it so, sir?
Earth Summit? What is it?
Lakshmi ji, let me explain.
Okay.
The Earth Summit is the informal name of the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, UNCED, that was held at Rio de Janeiro in June 1992. It had the participation from over 178 governments, alongside an estimated 2,400 representatives of non-governmental organizations.
Ooh.
Earth Summit was the follow-up action of United Nations Conference on Human Environment, held in Stockholm in June 1972.
Ooh.
The aim of that conference was to coordinate global efforts to promote sustainability and safeguard natural environment.
Between 1972 and 1992, a number of international conventions and protocols came into being. There were general agreement on the idea: think globally, act locally.
Sir, what is this UNFCCC?
The United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, is an international treaty on the environment that evolved during Rio Summit of 1992. Convention came into force in 1994. These were part of the international effort for meeting the threat of climate change.
And what is the objective of this UNFCCC?
Its objective is to stabilize greenhouse gases concentration in the atmosphere at a level that would bring down their adverse impact on the Earth's climate. You see,
Dr. Babu,
yes, Rajan?
I think you should also mention here about the IPCC.
Well, can anyone from the senior students say what is IPCC? Srilata, can you do that?
Yes, sure, sir. Sir, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC, is an international scientific organization. It was formed in 1988 by the United Nations Environmental Programme, UNEP, and the World Meteorological Organization, that is WMO, to study the scientific, technical, and socio-economic information for understanding climate change. It also assesses the harmful impacts of climate change and looks for viable solutions.
Well, it is now clear to you that a combination of several factors that has led finally to the recognition and acceptance of global warming hypothesis. Can we list them, Rajan?
Of course, Dr. Babu. 1. The science of global warming essentially carried out by the mid-1960s. And 2. The hockey stick upturn in the global temperature data set, which was first observed at the end of 1980s.
Well said, Rajan. I shall add 3. Our increased knowledge in the 1980s of how past climates has reacted to changes in atmospheric carbon dioxide. 4. Climate modeling using supercomputers. 5. The emergence of global environmental awareness. 6. The interest shown by media. And 7. Politicians and economists started taking part in climate change discussions.
What we ordinary people understand now is that climate change has become a global political issue.
Yes, Thomas, you're absolutely right. IPCC has published few key reports on climate change in 1990, 1996, 2001, 2007, and 2013. They were discussed very seriously by scientists, economists, activists, governments, and politicians.
And also, Dr. Babu, as a follow-up action of Earth Summit in 1992, several conferences were held to take measures on an international level to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations at a level that would prevent dangerous human interferences with climate system.
Excuse me, sir. We have heard about Kyoto Protocol. What exactly is that?
To realize the pledge taken by member countries in Earth Summit to stabilize greenhouse gas concentrations. Our treaty was finalized in Kyoto, Japan in 1997, known as the Kyoto Protocol. It was the first international agreement to stipulate country-by-country reduction of emissions of 6 greenhouse gases. It came into force in 16th February